third grade, we are going to have good. Okay, we're going to try that again. All right, third grade, we're going to have math time. So be prepared for that. We're going to do a little review first, and then we will do our new concept, which is not really a new concept. It's just a little bit longer of a concept that we already have learned. Nothing hard, just really simple, but it's just a little bit longer than what we've done in the past. But that's too loud. Shh, shh, shh. Nope. Okay, anyway. So one of the things that we're going to be doing for reviewing your clocks. Lady, shh. Sorry. So for your clocks, I know that you probably don't have an individual little clock like this at home that you can be using, but use the clock that you have. Hopefully you have a clock with hands that you can use to go through this. Just a little story that is going to use the clocks and share the time. So it helps you to really think through what the times would be. So it says Riley left school at 3:15. So you have to figure out what is 3:15. Okay, that's what you're first going to set your clock to. Then it took 40 minutes to drive to the vet. It took 40 minutes to drive to the vet. So she got out of school at 3:15, 40 minutes from that to drive to the vet. Rusty's appointment lasted for 15 minutes. So 3:15, 40 minutes to get there, 15 minutes for the appointment. The drive home took 10 minutes. So again, 3:15, 40 minutes to get to the vet. Rusty's appointment took 15 minutes and then 10 minutes to get home. 30 minutes later, Riley finished her homework. So whatever time it was, after 40 minutes to get to the vet, 15 minutes for Rusty's appointment, 10 minutes to drive home, then 30 minutes after Riley finished her homework. And then, you may play outside, said Mom. We will eat dinner in 40 minutes. 40 minutes, 40. What time is dinner going to be? So think about the time that she left school, drove to the vet, had the appointment, drove to the vet with her dog, obviously, had the appointment, drove home, did her homework, and then went outside to get ready, to play and get ready for dinner. What time would dinner be? So think that through very carefully. I'm not going to tell you right now. I'll tell you tomorrow, maybe. But I want you to think it through carefully. All right. The other thing that I wanted to just do very quickly is you tell me greater than or less than for these fractions and mixed numbers. 1/3, 1/4. Which one is greater than, less than? So would we say 1/3 is greater than 1/4 or 1/3 is less than 1/4? Good. Remember, some of you remembered, some of you struggled on your tests or quizzes with this or math pages. I can't even remember. 1/3 is greater because when you have only 3 pieces cut out, other than 4 pieces, rather than 4 pieces, 4 pieces is going to be smaller, 5 pieces is going to be smaller, 6. Remember, it gets smaller the bigger the denominator is. So the larger is going to be the smaller number. So 1/3 is greater than 1/4. What about 12/20 and 14/20? Good. So now that's the opposite. 12/20 is going to be less than 14/20 because 12/20 is only 12 out of 20, where 14/20 is 14 out of 20. When the numerator is bigger, that's when you'll go toward the math will go towards the numerator. Okay. When the denominator is bigger, it's going to go towards the smaller. When the numerator is bigger, it's going to go towards the bigger, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm not even sure if I'm making sense. So then 6/8 and 7/8, right? 6/8 is less than 7/8 because 7 out of 8 is more than 6 out of 8. 2 3/4, 1 3/4. Good. That was an easy one because 2 is always bigger than 1. So 2 3/4 is going to be more than 1 3/4, greater than. 7 9/12 and 9 9/12. Right, 9 9/12. So 7 9/12 is less than 9 9/12. 1 1/2 or 5 1/2. 1 1/2 is less than 5 1/2. 5 1/2 is bigger. Good, very good. So now I want your attention here. You're looking and seeing something totally different. So it's not harder. It's just a little bit longer than what we did before, because now if you're looking, we have 3 numbers on the top. It doesn't change a whole lot about the problems that we've done. All it's doing is giving us an extra number that we're multiplying both of our numbers by. So instead of just the 32 times 5 like we had done before, we're now doing 232 times 5 and 232 times 6. So it's not any different. So if you got the other one fine, then you'll get this one fine as well. So same thing, you cover over the tens place so that you can be focused on everything on the top times my ones place. We always start with the ones place. So we're going to start with 232 times 5. So we start with the ones place. 2 times 5 is 10. My 0 comes down with my 1 with a plus sign. Now I multiply 3 times 5. And that is 15 plus 1, 16. And now 2 times 5. Oh, sorry, 16. I forgot to put the plus 1. And now 2 times 5 again. 10 plus 1. 11, and there's no place to carry it to. Remember I told you last time we were only doing here, and that's why we put the 1 in front, because we didn't have anywhere to carry it. Now we have somewhere to carry it. 5 times 2 plus 1. Cross out these because you don't need those right now. Obviously put your comma, because you do need to have your comma since it's 4 numbers. And then same thing that we've done before. Yes, 0 goes in the ones place right underneath my ones place, because I'm multiplying by the tens place, and tens are always ending with 0. So automatically put the 0 there. Then I cover over my ones place, and now I'm multiplying 232 times 6. So start with my ones place. 2 times 6 is 12. My 2 comes down with my plus 1 on the top. We crossed out the other plus 1 so we won't get it confused. Now it's simply 6 times 3 plus 1, which is 19. Very good. My 9 comes down. Oh, there is a place to carry it over. So since there's a place, I'm not going to put it right in front, because I still have to do my hundreds place times my tens place. So I bring my plus 1. Now it's 2 times 6, 12 plus 1, 13. And just write 13 down. And then, just as we did before, add my partial products. They're just going to look bigger this time because we did 3 numbers on the top. 0 plus 0, 6 plus 2, 9 plus 1, carry over, 1 plus 1, plus 3, and 0 plus 1. And that's my answer, 15,080. Not any harder. It's just a little bit longer. You got bigger numbers. That's it. How simple is that, right? Should it really be a new concept? I don't know, but it is. So we'll just treat it as such. So we're looking at 349 times 72. What? I don't know how to do that, Miss Monroe. That's way bigger than anything we've learned this year. No, it's not, because we break it down. We just simply do 349 times 2. And you know how to do 349 times 2. You've done it a dozen times over. So simply multiply my ones place times my ones place. Everything on the top is multiplied by my ones place, by my 2. That's how I start. 9 times 2, 18. Carry over the 1 since there's a place to carry it over. 4 times 2, 8 plus 1, 9. Do I carry over my 1? No, very good. There's nothing to carry over. It's only 9. It's not 19. So I don't carry anything over to the hundreds place. Now I multiply my hundreds place times my 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. So 349 times 2 equals 698. I cross out what I carried over because I don't need it for the next round unless I'm given new numbers to write it up, but it's going to be different. So I already used that +1, so cross it out. And then put your 0 in the ones place. Very good. Always remember to put that there automatically. That second number is always going to start with a 0. And then I cross out or hold my finger over the ones place because I'm done with the ones place. Now everything on top is multiplied by the tens place, which is why my 0 goes here. Anything times 10 always ends with a 0. Now I'm multiplying everything times my 7. 349 times 7. 9 times 7, 63. So my 3 comes down. Oh, good thing we got rid of that 1 so that we don't get confused. Now I put a +6 here because 63. Now it's 4 times 7 plus 6. So 4 times 7 is 28 plus 6. 28 plus 6, 34, right? Yes. 34, my 4 comes down, my 3 comes up with a plus sign. And then I multiply 3 times 7 plus 3. 21 plus 3 is 24. Then I simply add my partial products together. Since there's nowhere else to put my 2 goes right in front of my 4. And so I have 24. This doesn't have to get to the thousands place like this one did. Just multiply everything times the ones place, then multiply everything times the tens place. 8 plus 0, yes. 9 plus 3, carry over. 1 plus 6, plus 4, 11. 1 plus 4, 5, and 0 plus 2. And that's my answer, 25,128. All right, one more time. I know, it's really simple. It's super simple. Are you shocked at how easy it is? I know, because you're so smart. You already know it all, so it's not even a big deal. So we're going to look at 434, not times 23, simply times 3, right? So we do 4 times 3, and that equals 12. My 2 comes down, my 1 comes over to carry over because 2 is in the ones place, and 10, my 1 is in the tens place in my number 12. Now I simply multiply my tens place times my 1. 3 times 3 plus 1 equals 10. So my 0 comes down, my 1 comes over to my hundreds place because there is a place to carry it over. And now I multiply 5 times 3 plus 1, and that would be 16. Put your comma because we have thousands place now. And then I cross out my carryover numbers. Don't need those anymore. If I need them again, it'll be with these numbers multiplying by the tens place, but I'll renew those with whatever it is here. I may not need them, so I just cross them out. Put my 0 first thing. That is very, very important. Then I multiply everything on the top times my tens place, times my 2. 534 times 2. 4 times 2, 8. Yeah, see, we didn't need to carry anything over, so that, thankfully, we got rid of that so that we won't get confused and think 3 times 2 plus 1. No, it's just simply 3 times 2. What is 3 times 2? It is 6, so you write that there. Ooh, maybe write it a little bit neater than what Miss Monroe wrote. Ooh, it's still ugly. But anyway, 6. And then 5 times 2. So because we have another place, we now do the 5 times 2. And that is 10. So make sure to write 10 carefully. Put your comma in the thousands, right in front of the thousands place, and add. And you have to write neatly. If you don't write neatly, you're going to be adding the wrong things together. 2 plus 0. 0 plus 8, 6 plus 6, carry over the 1, 1 plus 1, and just 1 plus 0, and our answer is 12,282. Really, really simple. So I want you to think that through very carefully. That is an easy one to get down and to know. And then you're just going to be practicing that on your arithmetic page. Sorry, I walked out of frame on you, but I just want to get the book so you'll have it, and I want to just do it fairly quickly. So page 307, it's, hold on, oh, just kidding. Wow, I don't know, it was almost there. All right, so multiplying 3-digit factors by 2-digit factors. Always begin with the ones place of the bottom factor. Multiply it by each digit in the top from right to left. Add in any number you must carry, then cross out the carried numbers after you use them. Multiply the tens digit of the bottom factor by each digit in the top factor, working from right to left always. And then add the partial products together. So work carefully. It's easy. It's the same as you've been doing. It just added another number, so don't let that confuse you. Section 2, at the grocery store, Mom purchased milk for $3.35, tomatoes for $3.29, 2 pounds, that's your hint, of sliced turkey for $6.98 per pound. So we need to find out how much it costs for all of the turkey. So if she bought 2 pounds, it cost $6.98 for 1 pound. So you have to find out how much for 2. Then you add that all together with the tomatoes, the milk, and the bread for $2.68. How much did she spend in all? Think carefully. The boys at Harvest Christian School removed 1/3 of the 558 chairs that were in the auditorium. How many chairs did they remove? 1/3 of 558. What do we do when we have a fraction of a whole? You simply divide. Very good. Then you have your chart. Is it? Yes, right? Sorry, thinking through. So it's pictograph. There we go. So each constellation that you see there is equal to 3 constellations. So it says, how many constellations did each person see? Write a multiplication sentence to show your answer. So Dad saw 3, but it's really 3 times 3 because each constellation is 3. 3 times 3 equals 9. Okay, and that's why they wrote that there. So then you're going to do the same thing for Mom and Kylie and Jackson and Emma. Then section 4, divide and check. Section 5, write as the number of cents. Okay, that's there. Find the fractional part of the whole number, and they're all going to be mixed numbers. So I should see whole number and the fraction. Find the average, circle the answer, and then reduce to the lowest terms. So think carefully. What are the only numbers, brain booster, what are the only 2 numbers that we can divide 3 by? You can divide 3 by itself, by 3. What else can we divide 3 by? By 1, yes. So you can only divide 3 divided by 3 equals 1, or 3 divided by 1 equals 3. But that's it. Numbers like 3 that can be divided by only 1 and themselves, they're called prime numbers. They can only be divided by themselves or by 1 and by 1, okay? What other prime numbers can you think of that can only be divided by themselves and 1? Excuse my timer. So 2 would be another one because you can't divide 2 by anything else. 2 divided by 2 or 2 divided by 1. Think of some other ones and see how many you can come up with that are prime numbers. They can only be divided by themselves and 1. All right, do a good job on this page. I'm so excited to see how well you're going to do because this is super easy and you're going to get it just fine. Work hard, make me proud, and I'll see you soon. Bye, see you, love you, bye.